What is happening, guys? Welcome to the video. And it's been a while since I've done kind of like an update, an overall update video of how things are going, how my life's going, how training's going, and all that good stuff. So I figured, what better time than right now? So today is July the 6th, Saturday. Just got home from the gym. I'm gonna overlay some footage from today's workout, today's lower body workout, so you guys can watch that instead of staring at me this whole time. So the footage that you're gonna see here now is from today's workout, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So overall, let's start with life. Let's talk about how life is going. So as you guys probably know, if you've been following me, and more so on Instagram, obviously, than here on YouTube, since mostly on YouTube has just been some podcasts recently and a little bit of stuff, but nothing overly consistent just because I've been very, very busy. But as you guys may or may not know, Carrie and I, my girlfriend, now fiance, are engaged, and we're kind of in the middle of figuring out when we want to officially tie the knot and set that wedding date. It's looking like it's probably going to be 2021, just because between next year, me competing, and some other stuff we've got planned, I don't think next year is going to be feasible schedule-wise or financially, so we're looking at 2021. So things are good on the relationship front. Where are you? Yeah, you want to say hi? This guy's good. Hercules is good. He's gotten used to, apartment living versus in the house, because as you guys may know, if you've been following again, you know that we moved from a full-size house to this nice apartment here. We moved cities, moved jobs, and all that good stuff, which I did talk about in a video. So if you stop looking at me, man. If you want to know more about that, go check that video out. But things are good on the living front. Work-wise, things are very, very good. I am enjoying the carpentry side of things, working full-time with a carpentry company here in Kingston, doing, local jobs from, right now we're doing like a renovation for this pretty sweet place that's off-grid, so it just runs off solar power, which is pretty cool. So kind of seeing how that was all done up is neat, and redoing that place. Then we have another job lined up here soon that is, some deck work and some windows, and that's the kind of stuff that I like to do. I grew up, surrounded by that stuff with my dad being a carpenter as well. So switching to this kind of work has been fun. But with that being said, I do miss the personal training. I really do. I did too much of it and stuff, and I think it burned me out, and I'll probably be not the first to say that, because it took me a while to admit it, but I'm one that goes all in on things. That's probably why I do so well with bodybuilding. But when it comes to work, sometimes I struggle finding that balance between working, too much and knowing when to pull back, and knowing when, I'm mentally fatigued or emotionally or physically and that kind of stuff. So with that in mind, I did set up my schedule and allowed for a couple hours a week to do personal training. I wanted to still be involved. Obviously, I have my online coaching, which is busier than ever, and I love it. I really do. I love especially getting people ready for shows. That's something that I really do deeply enjoy doing. But seeing someone face to face, there's just something different about it, and something, enjoyable about that versus just working with someone online. And doing the personal training stuff for 4 years, much of my adult life career-wise was doing that, one-on-one or small group stuff, and I started to miss it. And like I said, I opened up some time in my schedule that works with what I do with my carpentry job, and it allows me to still work with a few people. So the spots filled quick, just through word of mouth and connections, and someone said this to somebody, oh, Leroy's got this, and it quickly filled up. So I have 3 clients now that I will be seeing on a weekly basis, each of them twice a week. One of them doing 30-minute sessions, the other 2 doing 45-minute sessions, which for them is plenty. It's more than enough for what they want, and I'm super excited about it. I'm really excited to work with people face-to-face again, and just be able to offer that service, because it's something I feel I'm good at. Obviously, for being basically full-time, and from where I came from, probably one of the busiest trainers around, to going from nothing, it got a little got a little missed it a little bit. So I'm excited to be able to do that again and offer that service. So if you guys are watching this and you're local, are looking for that personal training from myself, let me know. I will put you down on, we'll call it a waiting list, but I'll just kind of put you down, and if something opens up, I will contact you immediately, and we can try to line things up. But for now, those spots are full, and I'm very excited about that. As I mentioned with the online coaching, the Leroy Rollins Fitness online coaching, that is full. Of course, I always have room. I say always lightly, but depending on what somebody wants, like if they're really serious about competing and have really looked at me as someone that they think can help get them there, and they're willing to work hard, then of course I'm willing to help, and I'll do my best to do so. But I would say my online coaching, bearing maybe one, there's one person that is 99% confirmed. So I mean, if they come on board, then I'm probably capped as far as my online coaching limit. But again, situation depending, we might have some flexibility there. But yeah, online coaching is going really good. I'm really excited. Basically up until the end of the year, we have someone competing probably every 4 or 5 weeks, which is awesome. I love going to shows as an athlete, as a coach, as a spectator. I love the atmosphere. I love seeing that, obviously, because that's basically what my life's all about. But to have someone, to be able to coach somebody to that point is super cool, and it's really rewarding for me. I love it. For what my coach was able to do for me, the fact that I can now be in that position and help somebody that was from point A, not knowing anything about competing or the process of it all and how it's done, and not knowing if they could get to that level of their physique, and to be able to help them get there, that is awesome. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I can do that for people. I'm proud of everybody that I've helped get to the stage. Looking at numbers right now, when I competed in April, there was Chris, Dan, Ethan, Haley, Carrie didn't use me as her coach. So that's 4 that have competed. Then Isabel just competed, and then Kayla's competing soon. Amber, Riley, I think, the beginning of the year, my goal is to get 10 people on stage, and I think we're going to hit that pretty easily. So I'm excited about that, and then I'm just excited for what's to come next year, because obviously awareness of the brand and what, I'm able to help people do is going to grow. So I'm super excited about that. So enough about business. Let's talk about training and where my head's at with competing and all that kind of stuff. So as of right now, and I cannot see this changing at all, the plan is August of next year. So August 2020 will be the Canadian Nationals. This will be my second time stepping on that national stage. First time was 2017, where I won the lightweight category and came 3rd in the juniors. Now I'm not a junior, so we'll just be shooting for that lightweight title for the second time. Very, very excited for that. They've changed the structure a little bit, so I'm curious to see kind of how it's done this year, and that'll kind of gauge how I approach it next year. But that prep won't start till March, probably. So we have March till March to make progress in the gym and improve upon areas that we need to improve upon, which, let's be honest, everything needs improvement, but kind of main focus is my legs and my back. Those are 2 muscle groups that when I competed this past April, that they said, what, if there's something that you could focus on, it would be those 2 muscle groups, mainly my quads when I say my legs, and then just my back as an overall. My back's not bad by no means, but it can be better, right? So again, as can everything else, but we're gonna really focus on building that back up, building the legs up, so hitting those muscle groups hard twice a week for sure, and then making up the volume for the other muscle groups elsewhere. One thing I have noticed with the work that I'm doing now with the construction and the physical work, and especially now in the summertime, it's hot. This past week, it was, I would say no less than 25 degrees Celsius. Sorry if you're in Fahrenheit, I don't know the conversion, but 25 degrees Celsius is warm, and then when you add the humidity, which here where I'm from, it's very humid. I mean, I think I'm sweating right now doing this video, but it's just warm and it's hot, and we do our best to take breaks and, you know, drink lots of water and that kind of stuff, but the heat still gets to you. Most days when I train, I'm good. I would say for every 10 workouts that I do, 8 of them, I'm good. But then there's those 2 workouts that, you know, I feel after being, you know, physical all day and working in the heat and that kind of stuff, where I just go to the gym and I'm like, man, I'm beat up. I just feel like fatigued going into the workout. And then like this past week, we were doing some roofing and like looking up at the roof and, you know, spotting somebody on the ladder or like hammering something in, or like my neck and like down to my traps when I was deadlifting today. Even now, like after the workout, it's starting to get a little tight. So I'm gonna have to be mindful of that for tomorrow's pull session. But we'll take it as it comes. This week was kind of weird schedule wise. Just I had like a workout schedule set up and it was 6 days, but you know, looking at, and this is, I'm gonna be all over the place right now, but like I follow a lot of people that train 6 days a week, and I'm like, okay, I probably should train that way for what they've accomplished in their physiques and that kind of stuff. And you know, I tell all my clients, and I tell, you know, people that I talk to, it's like, okay, what they're doing is not necessarily what you need to do. And you know, sometimes I need to take my own advice, because the last like 2 weeks I've been trying to do that 6 days a week, and with my job and scheduling wise, it just got all jacked up, and I don't think I've had a rest day in like 6 or 5 or 7 days. I don't know, but I feel it. I feel like I need a break, but I know that training tomorrow, it'll set me back on schedule. So we're gonna go back to 5 days a week. I really think, especially with my work stuff now, that I need those 2 rest days. So we're gonna probably go push pull legs, upper lower, and then I think that'll be what I'll have to do, just because it's worked for me before, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I thought the 6 days was gonna help, and maybe it would, but going into the workouts feeling not optimal isn't gonna help me, right? So take that extra rest day, feel good, or push through and kind of feel crappy. So I think that answers itself, right? I think for me, the 5 days a week is gonna be best. So like I just said, probably the plan will be push, pull legs, 3 in a row, rest day, and then upper, lower, and another rest day, or something to that effect. 5 days on, 2 days off in some kind of rotation. So I'm excited about that. We're progressing in the gym, good, progressing numbers, especially on push. I've always been a good pusher. Like just, I don't know. I didn't think I was, but comparing myself to other people with a similar stature of me, my numbers are pretty good. This past week we did paused bench 265, I think was the number. It's either 260 or 265. I think it was 265. And did 2 sets of 5 with a pause, and then did a back off set of 240 with a pause, and that was for 10 reps, which is sweet. Can't complain about that. And then hit incline dumbbell press, did hundreds for a set of 10 after doing 2 sets of 10 with the 90s. And then, you know, today we did deadlifts, paused on the floor, did some triples with 410, which is pretty good. Deadlifts need to climb back up. My deadlift used to be a lot better, but just, you know, time of not doing it and dieting and here and there, my numbers have fallen back, but those will slowly climb up. And then we did some RDLs today with 335 for sets of 10, which is okay. Again, I need to get that back up, and I know I will. And I'm excited because those will help build up the upper back, lower back, and obviously all those, you know, hamstrings and glutes, all those posterior chain muscles. And then today we did leg press with the bands, we did some leg extensions and all that fun stuff. So training, all in all, is going really good. I did weigh in this morning, and I'll put up some progress pictures right now of what I weighed, or sorry, what I looked like, not what I weighed, but I was 184.6, which is down from the last few weeks at 186 point something, somewhere around 186. And I'd attribute that to water loss from being really hot and just working more physical stuff. So I don't feel like any weaker, so obviously it's not like muscle loss or anything like that, and it might be like a little bit of fat loss, but a lot of it's probably just water. I want to push up to like 190, but I know at this point it's going to be a slow process, since where I'm at right now, 184 to 186, my body hasn't seen in quite some time. So I'll kind of acclimate to this position and then go up to 190 ideally by the fall, so like September, October, so July, August, September, October, yeah, 3 or 4 months we can probably be 190 on the scale pretty consistently. I just need to push my food up a little bit more, especially with working the physical job and then trying to train. That's a lot of expenditure throughout the day versus someone who just like sits at a desk. Or even when I was personal training, I was on my feet all day, but I wasn't doing like this physical work where like you're carrying heavy things and you're climbing a ladder, or you're moving this, moving that, or putting up plywood and drywall and that kind of stuff. Like I was walking around the gym and like handing weights to people, but like it was nowhere near as physical. And I was in, you know, the gym where it's not as hot, right? So there's all these different variables that I need to get used to because my lifestyle has changed, which is what it is. We'll get used to it, no problem. So all in all, guys, I hope this gives you a bit of an update as to where everything is at. I know I haven't been as consistent with the uploads on YouTube besides the podcast. Been really trying to keep those consistent every Wednesday. But as far as like uploads go, it's just been hard with, like, I'm not gonna vlog while I'm on a ladder at work, right? It was a little bit easier when my schedule allowed me to do that kind of stuff, but I'm gonna try to do one of these update videos. I'd love to be able to do this every week, even just to sit down for like 6, 7, 8 minutes and just, you know, go over the training week and how things are going. But you know, I'll do that as best I can. But as far as like the vlogs go, that probably won't start up again very regularly till I start prep again, just because vlogging, you know, eating Fruit Loops and stuff is, I don't know, it's not as exciting. Yes, Fruit Loops, you heard that right. That's gonna be my post-workout meal in about 6 seconds. So that's exciting. But anyways, yeah, so as far as uploads to YouTube, I'm gonna do my best, guys, but no promises. I sorry. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most consistent. You can guarantee I'm on Instagram every single day, at least 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 posts if I'm really feeling fancy. But what? 3 posts too much? Fight you. Anyways, light balance, correct to my face. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna stop rambling. It's 17 minutes according to my camera here. So anyways, guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.